Hello everybody, this is part 17 of part 2 of What If Deku Had All For One USJ event. Zuko and Shinso was walking with everyone, with the teachers into the USJ and Izuku says, "Is it just me, or am I feeling like that?" Shinso says, "You mean feeling oxygen, or..." Deku says, "Not like that, smart aleck." And Shinso says, "What do you mean?" "I just feel... I don't know. There's more here than there's supposed to be. Hmm? Well... Oh, god damn it. Anyway, Izuku still heads with everybody and sees the entire place flicker, and sees a big purpley portal open, and see people coming out of it, and see a guy with hands. And Izuku remembers asking what this student looked like. And the original plan, his father said, was to basically have him be a vessel to take one for all on all that hunky-dory shit to live longer. But that plan went out the window when he got out a better healing quirk. But anyway, he knows that person's Shigaraki, and knows that his quirk is disintegration. And so he says, as Aizawa, mortal, I'm just going to say this, and please don't ask questions. That guy is his quirk, is disintegration. If all 5 fingers touch you, well, I don't know what happens to you, immortal, but let's just say this: you go into dust. How do you know that? Aizawa says, "Is he a failed project or a focus project?" I think he said something about a failed project. Okay, good. Aizawa says, "Okay, immortal, you're going to need to explain some shit. Don't worry, I have no links to organized crime in the past 75 years. That's not what I'm asking." Both of the pros, besides 13, go down there, and they see a purpley thing. It looks like a bird with his brain out, and Izuku says, "What the absolute fuck is that thing?" And, like, what the hell? Oh, and the purple guy comes up and stops people from attempting to leave, and says, I do not think I'm going to allow you to leave. So, you are going to stop. And, well, I don't see All Might. Well, our plan was to kill All Might, but, well, killing a few kids might ruin the hero system. And Kirishima and Bakugo attack, and everyone gets poofed to a different location, and Izuku hits a boat, and then goes into the water. Luckily, his water-breathing quirk was automatically activated when in contact with water. And Izuku says, okay, I'm going to... And he sees a shark man coming and says, oh, fuck. And he feels something around his waist, and that pulls him up, and sees Sue and says, oh, good. And he also sees Shinso and says, okay, besides, it's the fact that that was funny. I need to look at. That we are surrounded by villains. Villains all over the place. Izuku says, I have an idea. What's your idea, Izuku? Simple. Boom. Boom. Watch. He uses Titanic strength plus all of his strength quirks, including strong body, to hit the water and cause decent-sized waves. And Mizuku says, now let's bolt to land. And Sue says, okay. And Izuku, who very much wished he had a flying quirk right now, but, well, he didn't plan for this. And, well, the only chance he got a flying quirk wouldn't have been able to be trained before this event, so, And Izuku and Shinso and Sue, who land barely onto the land part, and sees Aizawa and Immortal getting their teeth kicked in. Izuku, you hear Immortals, they all hear Immortal say, Aizawa, fucking get out of here. I'm not losing another damn student. Aizawa says, I'm a fucking pro hero now. Immortal says, yeah, who's the one of us that can guaranteedly survive this shit? And Aizawa bites his he grinds his teeth. But Immortal says, how that guy, the purple guy's quirk works, I presume it works similar to a portal quirk. So he probably portaled them all over the USJ. Aizawa, I understand it's gonna... No, I'm staying here with you. And Shigaraki says, oh, you're Sensei's old friend. Immortal says, I haven't really talked to the guy in nearly 75 years. Well, 53 years. But, yeah. Huh? And Shigaraki says, well, why can't we not... Yeah, no. And he attempts to punch Shigaraki, but Nomu catches it and attempts to crush Immortal's hand, and fails, and fails, and fails, again, and again, and again, and again. And Immortal and Shigaraki says, how is that possible? This is supposed to fight the All Might. You forget something. Let's just say this. I was All Might's teacher. And let's just say... And Nomu just punched Immortal's head off. And his head grows back grossly. Says, oh, come on. You really had to punch me in the fucking noggin that hard. And Nomu keeps doing that because his head is literally coming out of the body in a gross way, and everyone knows Immortal has to be doing that on purpose because, well, normally when Immortal grows back his head, he just grows back his head and it's slowly. But, well, he doesn't have the time to do that, so he's making it look like an alien from an old movie. And Immortal and Nomu just keep fighting because even though, yes, Immortal is guaranteed to not die from this, it doesn't mean he has the strength to fight this bloody bastard. And Shiraki and Aizawa are fighting, and then in a good 20 minutes go by. Why? Because the fighting lasts a bit longer than canon. And Shigaraki has Aizawa and Immortal onto the ground because the Nomu made Immortal pass out. Not for too long, but thanks to the fact Shigaraki figured out that his quirk don't work on him. On Immortal says, I don't understand how this is even possible, but, well, let's just spawn camp him. Any last words, Aizawa? Eraserhead? And Izuku goes super speed and kicks Shigaraki in the face. And Shigaraki gets blown back to the fountain and says, dang it. And Izuku says, you are not hurting my senseis. And Shigaraki says, oh, what the hell? Kirogiri, am I hallucinating, or does he look like Sensei? Kirogiri says, Master Tamira, I am as much confused as you are. And Izuku says, I don't care who I look like. Like you are not hurting my friends and senseis. Says. And Izuku barely feels it before he reacts. Is the Nomu bolting at him because, well, Shigaraki, he gave a message that he didn't really meant to, but, well, it still worked. And Izuku, feeling these quirks, feel 3 super strength, about 7 super strength, 5 super speed, 1 regeneration, 1 shock absorption, and 1 quirk called Stockpiler. That makes it so this entire thing can happen. Been without too many problems. And Izuku is cheeky and just takes the Stockpiler. That takes all the other quirks with it. And the Nomu goes flat head down and tries to get up, but can't. And Shigaraki says, What the hell did you do? Simple. There's literally only one quirk making sure that thing as quirks. Stockpiler. And honestly, I feel like that's going to be a useful quirk to have. Why you? And Aizawa looks at this kid and says, I'm not going to even ask questions now. I feel like I'm missing it. Anyway. Okay. Izuku sees the Nomu flat out near dead on the floor, and basically uses his Huh. Well, he doesn't really have many long-range quirks. He says out loud, well, I don't have many long-range quirks. Well, that's going to have to change soon. That's going to have to change soon. But anyway, he goes to the Nomu and says, and sees his senseis, one half dead and one regrowing back, says, okay. And he stomps onto the brain of the Nomu and says, I hope I don't get charged with murder for that, even though this thing is very much not human anymore. And Shigaraki and Kurogiri feel the intent similar to Usensei. And Kurogiri has the feel to immediately portal both of them. And Shigaraki says, how are you even doing this? Simple. It would barely take anyone with a similar quirk to me 3 seconds to take a Nomu down. Thanks to the fact that they rely on quirks. And my quirk is called Transference, or the capability of giving and taking quirks. Shigaraki says, Kurogiri, now! We need to get out of here. Kurogiri says, let's. And both of them leave. And All Might punches the door and says, I am here. And you hear Izuku say, literally second too late. And all the other pros come a decent bit after, especially the fact that Ida just got out when Izuku and Tsu got to the land area, so it took them longer. And Immortal is literally a jumping head at the moment and says, Toshinori, what did I say to you when you got this job? I would be here. Where were you? I was on my way here. I know today was the day where Nezu came back after his work trip because, well, that work trip didn't last as long as he expected. And thanks to the fact my contract's valid for 3 years, he's going to have to wait until he can get principalship again. And I presume he had a long tirade on you for being late. And they hear, yes, as Immortal. Yes, I did. And I am just glad that I made sure nobody was injured today. And Immortal is literally still a jumping head because of the fact his regeneration's taking a little bit longer than it normally would. And he's basically hopping his way up the stairs. And you see the fact that Aizawa did have some injuries, like his disintegrated arm. But besides that, he didn't really have many injuries, thanks to the fact that there was more pros there than the original. And Immortal goes to Aizawa and says, are you okay? Hey, Eraser? Sir? And Aizawa looks at the jumping head and says, I'm never getting used. I have never gotten used to it and never will. Get used to it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Well, I haven't had a decent fight like that in a while. And well, that Nomu before, Joshi's kid, it took him down. And as always says, we need to talk about that. Who the fuck is he? He related to this Tajashi to be known as sensei to a villain. Oh boy. And that is where this part ends. I know this is rushed because I'm quite literally making this before I need to go somewhere. But I hope you like, subscribe, and hopefully watch more of my content. Goodbye.